This week on Council Bluffs News, a piece of history is making its way onto buildings around town. See just what these gold plaques with Abraham Lincoln's picture are all about. Spirit of Courage. The local organization acknowledges 4 cancer survivors at its annual gala. And dirty dogs make a splash at the Midlands Humane Society's annual dog wash. That and more, all on this week's Council Bluffs News. Hello and welcome to this week's Council Bluffs News. I'm Marie Zeitner. A little research leads the Historical Society of Pottawatomie County to discover an important fact about Council Bluffs dating back to the 1800s. The 15th President of the United States visited the city, and now the Bluffs Arts Council is doing something to recognize it. Take a look at what you'll be seeing outside local businesses. A loan from the 1800s finds its way to the 21st century.
I feel that today is really a momentous moment for All Care Health Center.
And it's because of this, a gold plate mounted on the outside wall of the clinic.
Today was a historical first, where we had the first Lincoln marker.
The first Abraham Lincoln plaque. It hangs here because the 15th President of the United States walked on this very land.
Abraham Lincoln came here 154 years ago.
Earlier this year, members of the Historical Society of Pot County, Union Pacific, and the Historic General Dodge House discovered Lincoln came here more than a century ago. Turns out, a friend of his needed to borrow money and gave him 17 plots of land in Council Bluffs to hang on to until the loan was paid back.
They went to the auditor's office, and the plots of land are still there. They have an old book up there showing the signatures and everything of those 17 plots of land.
Lincoln rode a train to Council Bluffs in 1859 to make sure the plots of land existed. Now, the Bluffs Arts Council wants to recognize his arrival.
We're hoping that the owners of these plots will put up plaques like this.
All Care Health Center's Cecilia Creighton is proud to have the first plaque of its kind on the building.
We are truly appreciative that the Arts Bluffs Council and the Dodge House did not let this very essential landmark go unnoticed.
1 block east, the American Legion Post number 2 is the second to display the Lincoln Memorial.
It means a lot because, it's part of the history of this country.
Commander Brad Powell already knew Lincoln had the plot of land the American Legion sits on and has been looking for a way to mark it.
Dick Miller contacted me and said, we're having this go on here, and I said that's absolutely perfect for what we were looking for.
So far, 3 other businesses are aware they're sitting on Lincoln property.
I hope that all the rest of the locations feel as proud as we are to have the plaque up there and be part of history.
A walk around all 17 plots means these people just might be walking where Abraham Lincoln left a footprint.
And that's what we're encouraging, is walking in Lincoln's footsteps.
There are 5 different pictures of Abraham Lincoln businesses can choose from to put on their own plaque. Now, some of the plots of land don't have a building, but the Bluffs Arts Council is hoping businesses that are on one of the plots will make the decision to display the plaque. A big event for a local charity raises a lot of money while recognizing cancer survivors. It's an emotional night.
I'm grateful to be here, and I'm grateful for all the friends.
As Marcia Antworth receives an award for winning a tough battle.
I was chosen as one of the recipients because I did survive breast cancer.
A business and technology coordinator at Iowa Western Community College, Antworth is one of 4 award recipients at the Spirit of Courage Gala Saturday, August 17th.
I had cancer 3 years ago and underwent a lumpectomy and had 6 weeks of radiation and have been cancer-free since then, so they choose survivors.
Spirit of Courage raises money to help Methodist Jenny Edmondson Hospital cancer patients with everyday expenses. The weekend of August 16th is when the charity celebrates survivors.
Of course, now I'm invested with the Spirit of Courage, and I'll always be there no matter what they need.
The Saturday night gala fills a ballroom at the Mid-America Center.
It's always been an honor to do this, but when you see all the support and the people that are here, it's really wonderful.
The charity even gets support from Hollywood celebrities like actor Brett Anthony, Larry Jacobson, and Richard Horvitz, making it a big night for Spirit of Courage.
Even when you're going through cancer, the support you have from your family and your friends means everything. And of course, Jenny is Methodist, is in place to be supportive. But to have all these people here, some of who've received awards before, and family members and community members, it's huge.
Spirit of Courage hosts a number of other events during the weekend, from a golf tournament to a poker tournament. All the money the charity raised goes directly to Jenny Edmondson cancer patients and survivors. Donations are welcome anytime at jehfoundation.org. Now for news around the Bluffs. Sponsored by Mr. Ed's Flagpole Company of Council Bluffs, right off Valley View Drive between Madison Avenue and Highway 92. With efforts from the Council Bluffs community to recycle, the city receives a generous donation from Ripple Glass located in Kansas City, Missouri.
We recycled about 350 tons of glass in 2012, which is enough that Ripple Glass partnered with Owens Corning to donate 8,000 square feet of insulation back to us, back to the Council Bluffs community.
Recycled glass turns into sand, which can then become insulation for homes and buildings. The insulation Ripple Glass gives to Council Bluffs will go to Habitat for Humanity to help with projects it's currently working on.
It's great to be able to see our items that are from our community heading to Kansas City and then getting converted into insulation that will then come back and we will put into new construction homes and rehab homes here in the community for our Habitat families.
Donna Utter of Ripple Glass says making a difference begins with making the right decisions at home.
Enough people in Council Bluffs think of that empty jar as a resource instead of trash, that all this glass can be collected and then sent to be processed and then reused.
And as long as Council Bluffs keeps recycling thousands of glass bottles and jars every year, donations like this will continue. The Iowa West Foundation grants money to help a local family service. Iowa Family Works receives $275,000 to help expand its substance abuse treatment program for pregnant women and mothers.
Every woman who walks through our door is battling substance abuse, also is dealing with some mental health issues, and then parent-child relationship issues as well.
The program currently has a waiting list for those in need. The grant given on August 8th will allow the program to help more mothers, helping to reduce that list. Council Bluffs students are back in school, and more kids are prepared this year with new backpacks full of supplies. Friday, August 16th, Heartland Family Service teams up with the Salvation Army of Council Bluffs to provide free back-to-school essentials for students.
Each student gets to come in, they get to pick their own backpack, and then they go to different stations and they get to say, I'm a second grader in Council Bluffs School District, or I'm a fourth grader in the Lewis Central School District, and then they get the specific supplies that are needed per the school's supply lists.
All the supplies are free to students registered in the Council Bluffs School District. Some kids even get a free haircut afterward from salon stylists. Coming up on Council Bluffs News, Muddy Buddies get a clean coat at a dog wash fundraiser. And after the break, Molly Noon joins us in studio to talk about an opportunity for local farmers to show the public what is being produced right here in the Metro. Stay tuned.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
"7,000 high school students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks, more than 4 miles long. We can keep students in school. Visit boostUp.org and take the first step.
Being a dad can be tough.
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now. But it's always worth it.
I know it's really you, Boo. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Bethany Ann Doak. Ian Donnelly. Kirsty Lynn Duthitt.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
I'm one unlucky guy. The chance of being involved in a robbery is 1 in 757. The chances of being struck by lightning 1 in 750,000.
Please fasten your seatbelts for unexpected turbulence.
The chances of being a victim in an airline crash 1 in 29 million. Hey, could I get some peanuts? The chances of being involved in a car crash are far greater than lightning strikes and plane crashes. And if you are texting while driving, your risk of crash increases 23 times. Now, I may be an unlucky guy, but I don't have to be part of that statistic, and neither do you. Drive responsibly.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you are really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
Welcome back to Council Bluffs News. I'm Marie Zeitner. Joining me in studio today is Director of the Arts Center, Molly Noon. Molly, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, Molly, tell me a little bit about this event coming up in the Arts Center.
Yes, we have an event coming up on September 8th. We're calling it Locally Grown, and it's kind of a fun event to bring together local agriculture and art kind of in one celebration of all things local.
And what are these vendors going to be doing? You're bringing vendors in?
We are. We're going to have local producers as well as some agricultural related nonprofit organizations like the Omaha Truck Farm and Edible Omaha, Keep Council Bluffs Beautiful. And they're going to have some booths and displays set up to teach the residents, area residents, kind of what's happening in their community in the ways of local agriculture and sustainable agriculture. And then we'll have some local artists and musicians that are there playing as well as displaying their art, kind of showing people all there is right here in our own backyard.
Why is the Arts Center putting this on for people?
Well, we thought it was a great way to kind of highlight the talent right here as well as some of the real interesting organizations and producers we have that are real unique to this area for local produce. But it's also in conjunction with a performance we have taking place later that evening by Susan Werner, who is a national singer-songwriter, and she's doing a project titled Hayseed, which is kind of along those same lines about local produce and agriculture and farming.
And tell me a little bit about Susan. What will she be doing exactly?
Yeah, she's a singer-songwriter, so she'll be performing all of her own songs. It's an original piece. It's a concept album, so all the songs kind of center on the same topic, this hayseed topic. And she actually grew up on a small farm in Manchester, Iowa, just in eastern Iowa. She's a nationally known singer-songwriter, lives in Chicago, was on the East Coast for many years. But it's kind of a tribute to her childhood and growing up and a real love for the land that she still carries with her today.
And why does Susan want to do this?
Well, it's kind of an interesting story. She was commissioned by the Lead Center to do a new concept album. And she had played Western Nebraska, a small town in Western Nebraska, and she received a letter from a teenager there that said, "Thank you so much for coming. We don't often get performers like you out here in this wasteland of cornfield." And she was kind of upset by that because she really loves the way of life in the Midwest. And she wanted to do something that highlighted the beauty of farmland in the Midwest and really kind of showed people how special it is to grow up here in this part of the country.
And when people go to see Susan, are the tickets free or how does that work?
Well, the locally grown event, which will have the vendors and the local artists, we're also going to have a tasting there. So we'll have appetizers and drinks that all feature local produce. That is completely free and open to the public, and that's from 5 to 6:30 on September 8th. Later that evening at 7, Susan Werner takes the stage, and that is a ticketed event, and those tickets are $25.
And how can people get these tickets?
They can call the box office, that's 712-388-7140, or they can check out the website right off of the Iowa Western website.
All right, well, thank you, Molly, for being here today. Time now for Pets of the Week. Sponsored by Mad Cow Paintball of Louisville, Nebraska.
Hi, my name is Misty Bino and I'm a volunteer with Solus, support our local animal shelter. This happy little corgi mix here is Bear. He is about 3 years old. He was surrendered here. His family could no longer care for him anymore. They say that he is housebroken, great with kids and dogs and cats, and he has just got a great personality. So if you are interested in adopting Bear, his file number is 780. This is Chopper. Chopper is a big chocolate lab mix. He's about 1.5 years old. He was also surrendered here. His family could no longer care for him. He has lived with other dogs, and they also say that he is potty trained. Chopper is a great big companion, so if you are looking for a nice lab dog, he would be a great one. His file number is 379. This beautiful kitty here is Angel. She's about 5 months old. She was found as a stray on Benton here in Council Bluffs, and she is actually classified as a calico because, however, she's mostly white with blue eyes. She does have a multicolored tail, which makes her kind of unique. So if you are interested in adopting Angel, her file number is 608. This is Shiloh. Shiloh's about 3.5 years old. She was surrendered here. They could no longer keep her. She is all 4 declawed, so she definitely needs to be an indoor cat because she would not be able to defend herself at all outside. And she's another one of the blue-eyed beauties, which we have quite a few blue-eyed cats at the shelter right now. So if you are looking for a great companion like Shiloh, she would be best as an only pet, and her file number is 635. And if you are interested in any of the animals you've seen today, you can come down to the Council Bluffs Animal Shelter at 2821 South 15th Street in Council Bluffs.
Coming up next, pancakes, pies, and puppies. More Council Bluffs news after the break.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
All in together now. We can make it better now. Come on, can we do it? Yeah, you know that we can. We rope it up, 'cause we know how to jump. swap it out?
We eat healthy stuff.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
Yeah, well come on.
Today's a good day to grab your kids and hang out with them for an hour. Dance, walk, play a sport, or cook a healthy meal. Because just moving a little and eating better every day can help make you and your child healthier.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
We'll ball it up.
Cause we know how to hoop.
We'll mess around.
Cause we know how to play.
We'll drop it down.
Cause we know how to dance.
We'll veg it up.
Veggie night and day.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
All in together now. We can make it better now.
Search We Can to find doable tips and activities that you can use every day to keep you and your kids healthy.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Aww. You should pick that up.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
For you.
They want to help, but don't know how. Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
For those dealing with the struggles of caring for a loved one, we hear you. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for advice and support.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Here's your check.
Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to Council Bluffs News. Hundreds of people make their way to Botna Bend Park Saturday, August 17th for breakfast. Park rangers make pancakes for the hungry folks to raise money for the park. It's a follow-up to the tree tapping program put on in March.
We have a tree tapping program, so it kind of goes through and shows the process of tapping the trees and collecting the sap and boiling it down to make the syrup, and then kind of brings it all around when they can come back in the summer and taste the syrup.
The Pancake Feed is always held on the third Sunday in August. Children's Square USA hosts former students at its campus Saturday, August 17th. Alumni of the organization, which aims to help children of all backgrounds, come back to share memories. Young and old all enjoy pie and refreshments while visiting with others. Later on, they gather around to watch a special performance by Pippa White, telling the real stories of children who came to the Midwest on the orphan train in the early 1900s. White performs for the alumni through songs and slideshows. The Midlands Humane Society hosts multiple fundraisers throughout the year to take care of animals in the shelter. But this year is more significant as it's raising money to build an entire new facility, one that will be able to help even more dogs and cats. A popular fundraiser in August helps the Humane Society toward its goal and serves up a splash for furry friends. Water. Dogs either love it or hate it, which is why giving them baths can be a challenge.
He's never had a bath before in a wading pool, but he did really good.
It's the 4th annual Dog Wash fundraiser, where for free will donations, Midlands Humane Society cleans up all kinds of breeds Sunday, August 18th.
We see farm dogs, we see city dogs, we see dogs that go to the groomer once a week, once every 4 weeks. Everybody just brings their dogs out for support, whether they go to the groomer or not.
9-year-old Oscar is making a return trip to the fundraising event.
The first time I did it, I thought it might be a little crazy to try, but he had fun when he came last year, so I came again this year.
Along with hundreds of other dog owners.
We thought we'd come and we'd get our dogs cleaned up
and it goes to a good cause.
Terry Gatch Mills of Midlands Humane Society keeps it interesting when it comes to fundraisers.
We have just been looking for ways to raise money, fun ways, and just different ways.
A local favorite is the Wag-A-Gram fundraiser during Valentine's Day each year. In August, the dog wash attracts animal lovers from all over the metro area.
It's great to see people from both sides of the river, supporting us.
With strong turnouts in past years, the Humane Society looks forward to pampering even more pets.
I got here at 12:30 to set up and people were already waiting in line, so yeah, it's been a pretty exciting day. Last year we did 112 dogs, so we're hoping to do even more than that this year.
And when it comes time to put the paws in the pool,
we give them a nice little soap and massage, rinse them down, make sure all the soap's out, then they go over for a nail trim.
It's just, kind of fun. Seeing all the dogs out here and getting our dogs involved in it.
Money raised at this event goes to the Humane Society's fund to build a new facility on land that's ready for construction.
Hopefully we can get the shelter built. It's very, very important to our community.
With no room to expand at the Council Bluffs Animal Shelter, it will be joining the Midlands Humane Society when the new building is finished, ensuring all animals in Pottawatomie County get the help they need.
They need us to take care of them, they can't do it themselves.
The dog wash is a big step in the process and creates a good time for dog owners.
This is a great opportunity. It was fun. It's always fun.
Midlands Humane Society events like this one are free, however, donations are always welcome. The Society is extremely close to reaching its fundraising goal for the new facility. It has raised $2.85 million of the $3.2 million needed. To learn more about how you can help, visit midlandshumanesociety.org. Thanks for watching this week's Council Bluffs News. If you have any questions, comments, or story ideas, email us at cbtv@iwcc.edu, call us at 712-325-3312, or send us a message on Facebook. You can find us at facebook.com/cbtv17. For your Council Bluffs News, I'm Marie Zeitner. See you next week.